Hello, Stuart from the future here. Welcome to a new video. I'm going to put this little note here. It's now the end of day 2. It was very busy today on Park, so I did start off wanting to make a normal vlog video for day 2, but it's turned into more of a let's just show every ride at Port Aventura video. So that's probably why you've clicked on the video, just to see every ride at Port Aventura. There will be vlogging elements within it. It'll just be a little bit different, and I want to explain at the start because it might not make full sense otherwise. So join me as I take you around every single ride at Port Aventura, but I'm going to start back in the hotel on my walk here. Good morning to day 2 of Port Aventura. My name's Stuart, this is the next outing. Thank you very much for clicking on the video. If you haven't already seen, we went to, on my lonesome. I went to Port Aventura and we did Ferrari Land. We did mostly shows throughout the day. And the idea was that today I'd buy Express and I'd just like go on a lot of the rides. A few spanners in those works. One, Express is €100 if you want the front seat one, or €95 if you just want the unlimited one. And actually last night in that gap between switching the camera off and Fiesta Ventura, the rides went dead. So I got on Dragon Car and got on Shambhala loads of times as a single rider. Got on Stampeder, I got on everything really, except from Furious Bay, because that closes a lot earlier because it's in the Mediterranean area and obviously needs to get ready for the fireworks, blah blah blah. So the only thing that I haven't really done major wise is Furious Bay. I'm not gonna lie, if I could film POVs, I'd have been more bothered about it. But as I can't, I'm not really fussed about going on it. I can get some off riders, I walk past it anyway. If the queue goes down to about 40 minutes, which it did last night, I might dive in and have a go. Stu's top tips. So today, I'm going to take my phone, which is obviously what I'm recording on, because I can pay on my phone, my hotel room key, small bottle, and I refill this from a bigger bottle because it's cheaper. But this is handy that you can just put in a zip pocket. This has been a lifesaver. My trainers are end of life, so these have been an absolute godsend. I don't know, like, if you've not used Compeed when you've got a blister, it's incredible. And then one of these, take this with you for your water rides, put your phone in, and then put your phone in your pocket, and then obviously zip pockets are the dream. Don't need the GoPro, because not allowed to use it. Oh no, no one in my way this morning. Joyous. So as we saw yesterday, here's a few times. Pretty hefty in the morning, or early afternoon. It's Stampede only on 30 minutes. Easy queues, don't you think? Oh, that's a long queue down there. That's the express queue. That's the normal queue. The look of it though, the vineyard and the queue line, there's quite a bit of cattle penning in the shade under there, which is not particularly nice. But the rest of it just looks, as a station, it's not bad, is it? I've been here for like 2 minutes just trying to wait for this shot. It used to run 3 trains, this thing. Oh, there you go, it's going in now. I think it can run 3. How? I don't know. It's become pretty pointless. Or maybe I might be making it up actually. It might only be able to run 2. I don't know. Also this little path, you got a train. It's quite a nice one if you want some chill time. It does take a long time to do a full loop because it stops. I think it stops at 2 stations. One at Sesamo Adventure and then one in Western Town, Wild West. So yeah, it does take a while for it to get round. Did used to be an attraction down here. See a boat ride with a station in China, I think, in the China area. Has it just not come back after COVID? I'm not sure. Been mothballed by the looks of it. It's quite nice you are allowed to come down here. This looks like it used to be some sort of boats, cheapo boats attraction, doesn't it? Basically got 2 options when you come in. After you go through the Mediterranean area, and actually go left for Far West, not Wild West, or like kind of straight on to Polynesia. So we'll do a loop round. It's now 12:30. I'm trying to find something to eat on my way around. Like, This sells hot dogs, for example. Similar menu to what I had yesterday, actually. And it's still not open. And there's people actually waiting outside food catering outlets, like queuing up, ready for them to be open. I found that bizarre. Anyway. Oh my god, I just filmed a clip of the rapids and it literally just opened. Look, with 84 people waiting to buy straight away from there. I was going to get something, but that's now what, a 15-minute queue by the time they've all ordered and been served. I just find it absolutely bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Moving into Far West, got crazy barrels. Like a break dance if it was run on the 2 out of 10 setting, maybe. Or the rodeo Buffalo Dodgems. There used to be way more cars on this track than this. It'd be a bit more crazy, but this feels quite like there's enough room to move now, but there wasn't in the past. You've also got a mini version for the kids. I know everyone likes the view over at Shambhala. And that is great, the Great Wall of China and stuff. This queue looks hefty, doesn't it? Silver River, log flume. The fact you've got a log flume running through it, you've got Hurricane Condor in the background, you've got the water wheel, and you've got El Diablo. Yes, El Diablo is rubbish. The fact it's all weaved together, I just really like it. And you're in Far West, which is a very nicely themed area. This boat, it's knackered.
Le recordamos que deben sujetarse a las barras de protección. No se levanten y no saquen brazos o piernas fuera de...
Here's a saloon. Talked about this yesterday, Can West. It isn't actually on every day. In fact, most of the shows here will have a day off. In this one, also you have to order something. You have to order some food. You've also the Western Stunt Show. You don't have to order anything for that. That's not on Thursdays. So yeah, do check the Port Aventura app to make sure you don't come on a day. If there's a show you particularly want to see. Here's the train station. This is the third one out of the 3. Got a carousel. Oh, yeah, I've had a bit on the carousel. And over to the left, Uncharted, which is new for this year. Opened up a few weeks ago. There's a separate video on the channel, there's a small video. It looks like there's a big gap in the line there, but I think that's because people don't want to stand in the sun. You do see this. I always find in Port Aventura that's pretty brave to do that, because people will just happily come and jump into your queue in front of you. But yeah, so I think it's about 1 hour 40 from here. It was saying yesterday. Oh, there you go. Oh, from that point, there you go. 1 hour and a half from there. Oh, so maybe just over an hour. There's a single rider queue as well. It's not obvious. And you got to go in. You got to push past all the people because it's not been thought about properly, and then tuck into the right. You can get around there. Say excuse me and get in. It's about, if it's just from there, it's about an hour, roughly. You might get a good run, you might get a bad run. But I waited about 45 minutes and I was about a quarter down the corridor. Stampeder is a rough old bird. The first drop, which you can't film from anywhere, I don't think, is really good, particularly the back you get pulled over. But the trains are just atrocious on there. I remember going on it back in the day, like a long time ago. We had the older style PTC trains. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't smooth back then either, but it was a lot smoother than it is now. I think it's made by Comeback. Out of the two, I found red to be smoother. I sat in the same row, one in front of the back, on both sides. Tomahawk may look the same as Stampede, but one, it has more comfortable trains, but also it's not. It's a mini version. It's just entwined with Stampede, and hence you saw it a moment ago. I managed to get it so it was all three were interacting with each other. Also got Volve Cute. It's a horse flip. I got a little shot of this yesterday actually. Here it is. Far West is by far the biggest area. Well, this sit down restaurant is actually open. That's the thing, they open and close throughout the day, so it's hard to keep track. I'll sit in the shade over there, it'd be quite nice. Right, I've entered Mexico now. Gonna head towards Hurricane Condor. When you first enter from this side, you're greeted with this flat ride. And you think, oh, it's just a flat ride. This thing is ridiculously intense. It's one of the first things I ever went on. Serpentine. I can't read that. Limada. And this, if you can leave this sunlight going at night, because it all lights up and looks pretty cool. But it is intense. It's also not a short cycle either, so if you don't like spinny rides, it 100% is not the one for you. Coming through, you got a show venue / cantina. Oh, there you go, you can see the shows are on there, 5:30, 6:30. The restaurant will open and close at random times through the day. Hurricane Condor we did yesterday, and you have to get, well, you don't have to, you can queue up for it still normally, but I highly recommend trying again to get a virtual queue, because I literally just walked on the ride. Temple de Fuga, now this is closed today. It closes on Wednesdays. In fact, it doesn't say closes on Wednesdays on the sign. It just says opening hours. There's nothing to say in English. I'm pretty sure that says closed on Wednesday here. But on all the other ones, there's actually an English translation. There's not on that. So I did go on that yesterday. I filmed it all, so it's in the vlog. If you want to see what that show's about. Yeah, once upon a time, I'd have recommended don't miss that. Not so much now. Yucatan. Also, there's Shambhala just at the back there. This was my first ever ride. First ever time I came, because everything was so busy the first ever time I came. This had a relatively small queue, which it tends to. Again, another spinner. It looks very well presented, doesn't it? Here's Hurricane Condor. This is the barcode you got to scan. Here's Hurricane Condor. This is the barcode you got to scan. If I can put the link in the description, I will. And that way, you could just, as soon as you get into the park, go to the link, sign up, and do it before people can come in and scan it. Maybe that'll be faster. I had to try all day in order to get one. I did get one though. So just keep refreshing. Don't just pull down, I actually refresh the page every time. It does only open at 11:30, so maybe if you had the link, maybe that doesn't open until 11:30 as well, so wait till 11:30 until you try and refresh the page. Behind me is the Grand Theatre Maya, and on the other side, this is the same theatre, but it's China from the other side. It's definitely a highlight. If you're not into shows, then obviously it's not going to be for you, but I'm not like, if I miss a show, I don't really care too much about missing a show. However, Sometimes they surprise you with. I'm more of a tech guy. I like seeing all the tech a show uses. That's why I like a stunt show. Like a cars just does nothing for me now. I don't go and see stunt shows for cars anymore. But effects and pyrotech, that's what I'm about. Hidden away, just on the side of Hogan Conduit. In fact, there's also just to the right here a hall, not a hall of mirrors, like a mirror maze. See, it's just here where the staff member is. To the left, it's in this building essentially. Got a little ride, which either looks closed or is on rotation. And you've got these little horses. Adults are allowed on. It's called the Armadillos. However, I've obviously heard of Los Patrol. I've heard of this one. But Armadillos, that's brilliant. Oh, it's on maximum height. Boo. On the outskirts of Mexico, it's El Diablo, Tren de la Mina. Or Mina probably. I like this little area, but yes, the roller coaster isn't great for thrill seekers. What I would say is, oh, the train coming through. I would say that it's pretty good if you're scared of roller coasters, or if you've got like a younger one who wants to go on a bigger coaster. This thing looks massive. That final drop does look quite big, but it is incredibly gentle. It's not, it's a good one, like I say, it's a good step up from the likes of Tammy, which we'll see a bit later. Oh, it's a bit breezy, but that's not a complaint, that is an observation. We're leaving Mexico, and we're going into the China area. Now the China area obviously is a fan favourite because it's got two whopping big coasters in it, but I think Far West is still the better themed area. Also, if you want to sit somewhere, sitting in the China area is difficult because Chinese music over these sorts of speakers, I find it very piercing. Over to the left, you've got the other side of the theatre. Less well blended in this side, isn't it? You can't see it at all from the Mexican side. It's actually quite a nice little cut through. You can go around and direct in a straight line to a condo rather than go down and round. Got a like a noodle bar up there, but again it opens and closes whenever it fancies. Dragon Khan, B&M sit down coaster, and it's not flawless. I forgot it's not flawless. You actually have to get into a nice little carriage. we was out China, we've kind of come to the right a little bit. And now, if we'd have come down this way, so this goes towards Shambhala, through Dragon Khan, and where you see that big Shambhala sign, comes down, this starts, as you can probably tell, the Sesamo Adventure down here. There's also another kids area there in this China area. Yeah, I've got a driving school which I've yet to see open on this trip. Every time I walk past it's been shut. But this area, when Shambhala opened, you kind of as someone here for the thrill stuff, you kind of bypass it a little bit. Got a balloon ride. You've also got a little like a Zamperla, things that raise up and down, and a play area. Because Sesamo Adventure now exists, this is, I remember the days when this used to be heaving. I did say this a bit yesterday, but this seems like the most neglected part of the park. All the restaurants are closed, because obviously people don't come through here as much anymore. Big teacup ride. High capacity. Some teacups. Big queue for, oh, no it's not. Probably one cycle. Oh, you got Cobra Imperial. Is this still here? Kind of hidden away. Okay, so let's go and see. This is the 2 o'clock showing. Set Mondays. Magic Bubble. Nothing will ever beat the Bubble show at Park St. Paul. If you've not seen that, go and check out that vlog.
El mundo es bello. Toca una burbuja fugitiva con los dedos y no se rompe.
grown adult. I still love those shows. You saw it. It's just very, very well put together. How can PA make that? Yet only have, there's no talking whatsoever, but only have a 40-second loop of music for their parade. That's the bit I don't understand. There's actually a really nice moment in there where the volunteer that she picked, just by chance, she had a cast on her leg. I don't think it's anything, but it looks like she's just broken her leg or sort of done something to her leg. So as she came up, she then started hopping. I got a bit of it on, but she did it for the whole thing. Every time she had to move across the stage, she hopped with the young girl, which is really nice. And what was extra nice about that, I do have a heart somewhere, is the fact that today, she's obviously booked this holiday. She's not booked the holiday, but someone's booked the holiday. And either last week or the week before, she's broken her leg. And then she's gone to a theme park where the tickets they'd already purchased for and stuff. And what, 80% of stuff here she won't be able to go on because of that cast. But she just had that epic experience inside the bubble show, which is why shows are another just reason why shows are important. But that's just an extra nice little thing, isn't it? There's a heart in there somewhere. Right, let's carry on. So heading back up to China towards Dragon Khan, and we'll go past Shambhala and back down the other way now because there's no more rides down that way until you get to Polynesia. Yes, it's still a bit rough, but that 0G roll when you're sat on an end seat is, for me, absolutely incredible still. It's still ridiculously forceful. I have a soft spot because obviously it was the first massive coaster. I think I came here before I went to Alton Towers, so like it was the first massive coaster I'd ever seen and ridden. So it has a bit of nostalgia for me as well, I suppose. It's busy, but no more busy than yesterday. Not 2.5 hours worth. It's not obvious where the single rider queue is. I think it's over here. It says single, but it's actually not. It's actually down this way. Which you think is the normal one. Well, this is the single rider queue here now. Oh boy! I mean, it takes a fair few single riders in one go. But it's not obvious that that's a single rider queue, but these people are now confused. at Shambhala. I love Shambhala in the past, but I don't know, we've just been spoiled with all these American coasters that we've done. Because I feel like that, I came off that, I was like, it's smooth, you could sit on it all day, it's nice, yes, there's big airtime. Even as a bigger person, you have to, like, I've got plenty of room in the seat. I used to be proper clamped in there, whereas now, you know, I'm a lot better now for space, but even so, they are the most restrictive restraints of any B&M Hyper I've ever been on. But I've just come back from America, and since then I've been on like Mako, I've been on loads of them. This music's getting steadily louder. And I don't know, just, or maybe just run a little bit slower, therefore it's a little bit less airtime, I'm not sure, but I don't know. It felt a bit, and it isn't just from the ride that I've just had in Single Rider, it's, I know because that took a while, but it's, yeah, last night I did it a few times and I had the same opinion. I've not had a back row yet, but I've had one from the back, which is pretty much the same. So yeah, it is still a great ride. I just think I've been like Airy Force 1. That was a ride that blew my mind. Steel Vengeance, and that did a few years ago. But I just think I've been, like I said, spoiled. Right, we've just left the Shambhala area, if you will. It's like its own little mini area inside China, and we've come to Sesame Street Street Mission. I did this yesterday and filmed it in yesterday's vlog. I do love the look of it because it is just a warehouse, and all down the sides is done as well because the train goes past there. And this is speaking of the train, this is the third station. If you cross over, you can actually go up this little tree house. Oh, there's a little show venue at the back here. Near the food, you can get food and sit and watch the show. However, good luck getting the food because the queues are enormous for it. Oh, you can get a little viewpoint here of Tammy. I walked on this yesterday. I'm still amazed at that. That never happens for this. In fact, I think you can walk around this way. You can see even the airplanes are stacking 5 deep. Take some off. It's not helping anybody by having them on. I think there's probably meet and greet in here. Obviously, I don't spend a lot of time in this area. Oh no, I think maybe either that or it's a gift shop. Some of those towers that you pull up yourself. Harder than it looks, those things. And a little spinner, a little Zamper thing which kind of lifts up. Well put together tractor ride. Is this Elmo? Yeah, Elmo's, let's say Elmo's Adventure. I mean, here, queues are minimal. You can pretty much walk onto most of these rides. The pilot one normally gets a bit of a queue, just it's so low capacity. This is very close. I just thought that when I went to put my camera like to the fence. It doesn't come across how close that is on camera. I could borderline reach the train. Oh, definitely through this bigger gap if I stepped on here. Well, I advise that. What's down here? I've never actually been down here. Some toilets. Now, if we were to carry on coming down from the bubble show, it would have brought us out to here. We've got a pirate ship on Tiki Wave. It looks great over the water, I think. Also got some canoes. Yeah, you can see it's only a tiny thing. There's a little drop on it and stuff. Now this is a queue for wreck. And I have no idea how far the queue goes inside. It has only opened 10 minutes ago, but it costs €7 or €8. Are they being held there, are they? Or are they... No, the queue's going all the way in. I think Jake's doing it, so I'm going to text Jake and just see if he can... Oh no, I can see him, yeah, see there, through the waterfall. It's a long queue line inside, so I don't want to be waiting in that, if that's the case. Obviously, once you bought your ticket, it'll be tough luck. Also, in true Port Aventura style, nowhere on the entrance does it say you need to pay for this attraction. Like, I've had a look. People are just going to walk in there. The nearest sign is that billboard. I would also strongly recommend getting bottles rather than cups. One, the cups don't come with a lid. But due to a law change, they now have to give you cups, like solid cups, like plastic cups. And they charge you an extra euro at the till point. And you have to take the cup back to get a euro back, which is fine. However, getting to the front of the, the kiosk to take your plastic cup back can also take time, like not an insignificant amount of time as well. So my advice is probably, if you see a bottle, just go and grab a bottle. Which is bad because obviously it's more plastic, but then they're just not set up to retake the cups back. Also, I saw a lot of people leaving with the cups because they are nice and branded. So it does make you want to just take it home and keep it for €1, and therefore I don't have to buy another souvenir, do I? I wonder if their mug sales and cup sales have gone down. Here's the Tucky Splash. Probably won't bother doing this one, I don't think, today. It's got a big queue at the minute, but even later on, don't find it really worth it. It's got two drops. There's a drop on the far side, which the boat's just going down now. You just see it in the background. But here's the big one. You do get a bit wet, but nothing too drastic on there, from my experience. Don't hold me to it. And that's it. We're through Polynesia. We're about to come back into the Mediterranean now. I've realised I missed Angkor. I'll go back up there after I've attempted or seen what Furious Baker was like, because now it's like 3 PM, 4 PM. It has gone down significantly. I don't think it's outside anymore. I'm not going to lie. It's the inside bit which is worse. I'd rather the queue be out here than in there. Yeah, all this was full earlier, so... Oh, is it this way? I think it's this way. I bailed. I don't know what someone's smoking, but that is not an hour. That is... I mean, like I said, Express is dead. That's its only, the only benefit. There's not many funny Express, but that's a long, long queue. I found one of these on the floor. Just literally dumped, so I'm going to be good. Going to go and give it back, recycle, and pick up €1. One person's lost, another person's gained. There you go. I spent the rest of the day doing that. We're in profit. Back in Polynesia, we're going to go on rec and go and buy my ticket. Jake seems to think there is no queue inside. Just seems a bit shorter than it was before. And this might be the last thing I do, you know? Right, let's go and record. This is my ticket. I know there's a chainsaw because when you go and buy your ticket, you can hear it because it's near the exit. That's not a smoke machine, that was just someone vaping. Oh, the queue's gone right down now. It was all up back here. Oh, it's here. Brilliant, okay, right. See you after. So I've just done rec. I've come to sit in here because no one's in here. Nice and quiet and calm. So, rec was weird. €8. And there is no queue. Like the queue, they start the attraction at the waterfall. Before that waterfall that you see. So before there was literally about 20, 30 people waiting. Still would have taken a while, like probably about 20 minutes actually, because the spiel that they have to do, they do a Spanish one. I thought he asked if I was Spanish or English. Well, he didn't ask me, to be fair, he asked the group, the 2 people who were with me, rather than me. And they said, oh, we're Spanish, I think that's what he said. And then he played the file in Spanish. I didn't have a clue what was going on. Then it plays again in English, to be fair. So let's talk about Sea Odyssey first. So Sea Odyssey was a simulator-based ride. Probably one of the better ones I've done up until this day. Not quite as good as the Star Wars ones at Disney, or you know, the brand new ones that Disney come out with. But definitely for like anywhere that has a simulator, Sea Odyssey simulator was as good as it kind of got. So you start by going through a series of tunnels for Sea Odyssey, and then you go into a larger room with one big tank in front of you where the dolphin used to appear on and talk to you. And then there's 2 sets of doors, left and right. And there's basically 2 huge simulator rooms, because it's back in the days when they built stuff for capacity here, which they don't do anymore, which is weird. And there's 4 simulators in each, and each simulator would take 20 people, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a huge screen, an absolutely massive screen. And there's 2 of those theatres, one to the left, one to the right. So you start the attraction walking the old queue line, then you walk down, kind of down and around, and there's still a Sea Odyssey kind of theming. It did get re-themed into Dino, the monstrosity, but that was that Dino attraction. You then walk into the final pre-show for one of the theatres. You walk through a theatre, out the other side, back into the one where you'd kind of be batched in either left or right, back into the old queue line, down, and there's like a curtain to your right. It's just literally a single curtain which is blocking the other side. You walk all the way up, round, and all the way back down again. I'd say there's a lot of theming in there because they used an attraction with a lot of theming in the past. There's also other stuff. There's like room setups, lots of corridors with lots of doors. Is it worth €8? If you're happy to pay €8 at Fright Nights or Alton Towers or any of them, then yeah, probably. Lots of actors in there. Lots of actors in there. So theatre, batching room, out the old entrance, back in, and you go through back into the batching room, back into the other theatre. And the other theatre, did you actually have something on the screen? You have some animatronics in there, nothing groundbreaking or anything. But and at the end they have the old exit corridor. They have a laser shining right in your eye, and as I was trying to avoid that, a man came around and kind of literally bent straight into me. Which he said pardon and he apologised, and you know, that's fine, he needs to do it. And then there's a chainsaw at the end which then chases you into the shop. Rather tacky Halloween type shop. If it's a busy day and you're looking for something to do, but for me it was more the nostalgia trip of going around an old attraction than it was the scare attraction. There's nothing groundbreaking. You know, Tull is miles ahead of anything in there, I think. And obviously nothing compared to the Disney parks or the Universal and stuff like that, or Busch Gardens and stuff. So yeah, that's my little review on record. It's the final area that I've not been in. I've not been here in 2 days, as promised. Oh, this music I also play in one of my escape rooms. I always get the music from the same place. It's very grand. I mean, for what is essentially a splash battle, is this the best themed splash battle in the world? I've never even been on it. I imagine the area was, there's loads of guns everywhere around the side, but they forget that if you give all this permission to everybody else to soak them, it becomes too much of a drencher. Great views of Shambhala over here though. hopefully this will take no more than half an hour in a single rider. Also, I've just noticed there's no way to get into the main queue at the minute because the single rider's spilling out, because the single rider only splits off here, hence why I was getting confused the other day, which means everyone has to join the queue like this. This is the actual solution. So unless this is the same as a Ferrari land, you know, the Red Force only splits off just before the station. So if this single ride is full, are they suggesting like the main queue line is quicker? Is that what they're trying to suggest? They don't give you that information at all. But I'm giving up on that. I think the main queue is quicker currently than that single rider queue. But I can't. It's part of it is being trapped in the middle of that. Because it's a hideous queue line. All the queue lines here are hideous. That is particularly so. Look at this nice view though. Shame I can't take you actually on the ride, so you'd see this, but it is quite nice. As you set off from the station, you come out this way, and that's there. And then obviously you get to the top. You can see all the saloon basically. Even Shrek needs a day off. Doesn't work Sundays. It's a costume character. You could literally put any staff member in it. That's very bizarre, isn't it? So that's it, that's the end of this video. Thank you very much. I'm after this just filmed the first clip. It's a bit weird to do that. I've never done that before for anything. I hope you found this video helpful if you wanted just to see all the attractions as of 2023. Yes, we did little bits of the scare attraction and the bubble show as well. Proper vlog on the channel. I did a lot more yesterday. The park is dying out now. If you can stay till later, always do stay till later. The Shambhala's down to like 20 minutes now, which means that the single rider will be really, really short. If you can afford Express and you can book it in advance to get it really cheap, as low as 65 euros rather, it will improve. If you're here for one day, get it and milk it. You'll have a much better day. But all I can say now is that's the end of this video. I've got 3 or 4 different videos from Port Aventura over the past few days. I'm going back to the hotel. I'm leaving at 6. Didn't think I'd say that. Didn't think I'd do that. But I've just not felt any need. I don't want to go on stuff for the sake of going on stuff. If I could film POVs, I probably will do a few more rides just so I can include it in the vlog and show you what the rides are. Because I can't do that, I can't really be bothered to stay. So that's it, I'm going to go. Don't know where I'm going next, I've got nothing else booked. So we'll see what happens in the future. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.